Here are 20 lessons that I've learned in business over 5 years of running businesses and working solely for myself, scaling a business to over $1 million in revenue. Here are 20 things that I've learned. Take note of these things so you can avoid them. Avoid these mistakes so you can go a lot faster than I did. So I'm going to rattle these off and comment below if you've made any of these mistakes or if you have any mistakes of your own that you want other people to see. Okay, number one, no sales, no business. Okay, a lot of people are very good at operating the business that they're starting. Maybe they're really good at painting. Maybe they're really good at asphalt paving or something like that, but they don't understand that in order to do that thing that you're good at, you have to have the phone ring. You have to have somebody fill out a form on your website. You have to have somebody know you to call you to do the great thing that you're doing. Okay, so you have to bring in sales. The phone has to ring, and 90% of what a business owner should be doing day in, day out is sales activities until you've scaled it to a point where you can hire salespeople. So that's the biggest mistake I see new businesses make. Number two, profit matters, remove your ego. This means that when you're starting out or if you're operating, remove ego purchases, okay? This means when you get a brand new truck lifted, maybe you don't need the lifted one. Maybe you don't need your logo all over it. Maybe you don't need to spend the extra money to wrap it. You don't need all the company swag if nobody around you is going to buy or provide, buy the service that you provide. Are these ego buys? Are you trying to tell people that you're a business owner? Or are these actual buys that are going to lead to revenue? Because we don't want to have our ego messing up our profit and loss statement. We want to make sure we're profitable. And if we have expenses, they better lead to revenue. Because if they're leading to our ego growth, cut them out and you're not going to be in business long. Number three, equity will get you rich. Okay, if you start the right business or if you start any business that has some sort of value to it and you scale it, you can sell that business down the road. Some businesses sell for a lot more. Some businesses sell for less. A good thing to note is, does the business have recurring revenue? If it does, then that business will sell for more. So equity is the secret why everybody gets rich who owns a business owner down the road. The richest people in the world attribute their wealth to equity. Four, a small team can win. Okay? A small team can win. I own a business insurance agency, Wexford Insurance. We're not a massive company, but we are probably a smaller staff than a traditional insurance agency would be for the amount of revenue that we bring in. And that's because we have a small group of people that are hustlers. They're motivated. We have good financial incentives for them. We have great freedom for them. A small team can be just as powerful as a big team if you hire the right people and you align them with their interests and goals. So realize that you don't need an army. You just need 300 Spartans that are ready to go destroy it for you, okay? Number five, use your small business advantage. Going with a small team, small business advantage is that you can be different than the big guys. We can offer some things that the big guys don't. We can be more relaxed. We can wear tank tops. We can dress down. We can not be as corporate. Lean into that advantage. People don't, if they want a corporate environment, they're going to go work corporate and you're not going to be able to compete with those benefits and that pay. But for a small business, lean into that advantage of being small and being custom and having a fun environment, doing stuff that a big business can't do. We just got back from Colorado. We've been to Arizona with my sales team. We're going to Hilton Head and we're going to go to LA. Those trips, we set goals, we hit them. We're going on those trips. My sales team are fired up about it. A big company like that, they can't do that. I don't know why, because they get lost in the sauce. I don't know. But as a small business, we can take advantage of that. Number six, find people who are undervalued in the marketplace and hire them. So what that means is if you see talent out there, we've seen talent in just in weird spots that we're like, man, why is this person just hasn't had a great opportunity? Maybe maybe there's a reason for that. I'm not saying every person that's undervalued, maybe they're rightfully undervalued. I don't know, but if you can find somebody who's not in the position that they could be, that you see potential, take a leap and hire that person. Find people who are undervalued in the marketplace, stuck in a corporation, stuck in a job somewhere, and lift them out of that and give them that freedom of your company. Also, be clear on bonuses and raises. At my company, everybody who comes in, they know exactly what they need to do to get a bonus. They know exactly what they're going to do to earn that raise. Number eight, don't forget what it's like to be an employee. I've seen a lot of owners go through this. They don't understand what it feels like to be an employee. They're not able to relate. Always remember what it felt like for you to be at the bottom of the totem pole and how you were treated. That's probably why one of the reasons that you started a business. That's for me. I didn't like the way I was treated at numerous companies that I worked at. I didn't like the culture. I didn't like the non-transparency. And I was like, if I do it, if I can be successful to hire people, which I have, man, I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to make sure everybody feels, nobody can feel the way I felt as an employee. So be reminded of that daily so you don't be this unrelatable person who's the owner of a company. Number 9, no one knows what they're doing, okay? But it's your job to figure it out. If you think that somebody out there has all the answers, or that you need to have all the answers before you do anything or before you make any move, you're wrong. You're never going to have all the answers. But you need to take action and learn. By the time you've started, I've already learned 10 ways how to do it because I took action right away. So realize that you're never going to feel 100%. You just got to go for it. Okay? Number 10, you're an owner, act like it. This means that if there's work to do after 5, you stay after and do it. If there's work that needs to be done on the weekend, you do it. It's your responsibility. You own the company. These owners act like, oh, like what's going on? Like, dude, you own the company. Sometimes that requires you to work 80, 90 hours a week. Doesn't matter. That's what you signed up for. Act like it. You signed up for this life, and if you didn't, then you need to sell your business and get out. But if you did sign up for it and you want it, act like it, and don't complain when there's extra work to do. You are the owner of the company. Number 11, track your numbers monthly. This is just so practical. Me and my wife, we sit down, we track what our business did profit-wise, what that profit then goes to us personally, how much money did we save every month, and we track our numbers daily. How much income we had in our business, the expenses in our business, how much profit we had in our business, from the profit that we move over to ourselves, the personal expenses we had, into our net profit as a couple, as a family. Okay? Track your numbers monthly. If not, you'll have no idea where you're at, and you don't know when to hire, and you don't know anything. Your numbers are the map that tells you where to go. So if you make a lot of money in a month and you're saving it, maybe it might make sense for you to hire somebody else. Okay? It's a good barometer of where you're at and where you're going. Okay? Number 12 here, hire when you are drowning. A lot of people hire too soon. They hire because they get hyped up after a great week and they're like, we need to hire everyone, and realize that you need to see consistent overflow of you working a lot and realizing, okay, it's time for us to expand. That person who's coming in is going to have a lot of work. I would always, and this is me, my opinion, I would rather hire late. I'd rather hire late than hire early, because if you hire late, it just requires me to work a little bit more until that next person comes in. If you hire early, you're like, did I hire too soon? Do I need to let him go? Don't want to do that. So you want to hire a little bit late, in my opinion. These are my thoughts on everything. So obviously, take one and not take one. Who cares? 13, outsource the small things, not the big things. I see a lot of owners do this. They try to replace themselves. I hear that. You need to replace yourself as an owner. You need to replace yourself as an owner. You can't replace yourself. Ain't nobody going to replace you as the business owner. You need to replace a pinky. You need to replace a thumb. You need to replace something, some small thing. Outsource thing. We have virtual assistants at our company that we outsource things to them. And I'm not outsourcing my entire job and my entire role as an owner. No, I'm outsourcing the things that cost me time. So outsource the things that cost you time, and continue to do the things that you're meant to do in your company. You're not going to replace the owner, okay? Until you're like 200 employees, and then it's easy for someone else to come in and kind of guide the company. But really, at the start, you're not trying to replace yourself. You're not trying to duplicate yourself. You're trying to say, how can I get another hand? Not another leg. I don't need 2 other legs. I just need another hand. I need a helping hand, and that's going to help me scale my business. I'm not going to give up everything and duplicate that to somebody else. A lot of people think they have to duplicate themselves. That's not what you need to do. 14, be different than your industry. I am in the business insurance industry. The average age of our industry is 60 years old. This means very old, antiquated, old way of doing things, traditional way of doing things. We came in and we get business in a non-traditional way. We found a niche in a boring thing in my industry that I was able to come in and find market share and find a competitive advantage, because the world has changed. The people in our industry that have been around a while, old, they don't understand that the world's changed. They want to continue to do the same things the same way. Some people have, not saying all, but that's where you can come into an industry and say, oh my gosh, let's be different And let's take market share so quickly and so easily. Number 15, get advice from gray hair. Okay, I've gotten a lot of advice from older people, and I've taken that advice, or I've compared it to what I'm doing. But get advice from older people because they have been there and done that. At some point, you will outgrow the advice of your parents. You will outgrow the advice of your grandparents. You will outgrow the advice of your family. You will outgrow the advice of sometimes the mentors that you had when you started a business. Okay, so you have to continue to seek advice from people who have been there. And the higher you grow your business, the more I grow my business, the less mentors I have because not many people have been in the position that I've been in. So I got to go seek out and find people that have. Now, after number 16, after 15, get advice from gray hair. Number 16, be skeptical of all advice. Be skeptical of advice. Just because it worked for that person 30 years ago doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Just because that person did it that way doesn't mean you should do it that way. You should always apply someone's advice compared to what they did. So compare it to how they did it in their unique situation. And then apply that to your life, but in the lens of your eyes. Stop looking at it from their perspective. Oh, I would do this, I would do that. Let me sit down, let me really think about it. Would that work for me? That worked for that person, but would that work for me? So be skeptical of all advice. A lot of people are just looking for advice, they'll take it and they run away. And it's like, hey, be skeptical. Be skeptical. Make sure that it is good advice for you. Number 17, don't mix family and business. Don't mix family and business. Your business is not religious, depending on what business you have. Basically, what I'm trying to say is my business is a separate being that is not Republican, not Democrat, doesn't matter, right? So my business is ruthless. My business, because it acts on its own self, because we're looking at the best thing for the business, the best outcome for the business, that means the business might have to fire somebody. I don't want to fire my family. My family doesn't want to get fired by me, but it's not me, it's my business. They don't understand that. They will take it personally. Very rarely is your family equipped with, and I run my business with my wife. I'm not saying that. A spouse is somebody you can go to battle with, a king and a queen going to battle. That's different. I'm talking about extended family. It's very rare that an extended family member will have the skills that you will need in your business to get to the next level. Very easy to find that in the marketplace unless somebody has a very, very niche skill that you really need. And it just so happens to fit. Usually not the case. So, just don't mix it. Don't mix family and business. 18, only hire a friend if you can fire them. Same thing. Only hire a friend if you can fire them. I have people at my business that were acquaintances, weren't necessarily friends. Kind of like I knew them, they knew me, but they weren't necessarily like friends. So, just don't go down that road. It's just hard. It's hard because usually the friendship's gone. So you're jeopardizing the friendship for something that probably won't work out. So just don't hire a friend unless you tell them that I will fire you if you don't work out, which probably creates some issues from the beginning. Number 19, never stop selling. The owner will never stop selling. If you're a business owner and you're like, I don't like sales, I just like running the business, you shouldn't be a business owner. The business owner is there to sell. You are a salesperson. You're the number one salesperson at your business until you've built a sales team that runs independently of you. When do you need a sales team that runs independently of you? Until your business revenue is probably over 1 to 2 million, maybe even 3 million. At that point, then you can have a sales team and you can manage the sales team. But again, you're still in sales. You're not going to be out of sales until your business is 20, 30 million because you're going to give a crap about the sales because you need to, because it's your business. No one's going to care as much as you. Boom. Okay. Number 20, share revenue numbers and celebrate them with your employees. This is a big thing that I do that's not traditional, that a lot of companies don't do. My salespeople know exactly where we're at from a new business revenue perspective, and we have numbers to hit. People at my company know where we're at. We have goals of what we're going to hit for total revenue. We have goals. We have revenue goals. I'm transparent about it. There are some things that I do not share, like the profitability of my company, how much money I make, how much money other people make. Like, obviously, there's things that you don't want to share, but the more transparent you are with where the company is going, the more people care, and they want to naturally see that number raise. And if they raise the number to a goal that you set with your profit margin at 45%, then you can naturally say, I should be able to give them a raise or a bonus based on them hitting a revenue target. So it makes sense for them so you could show them, hey guys, we were going to do 2.2 million. Like last year we did 1.6. we only ended up at 1.4 this year. It's a horrible year, right? So they know that because it's been a rough year. They see that. So then they can see that maybe the bonus won't be very big, or maybe there won't be one at all this year. But if it does raise, then they're feeling good about it, and they've rationalized why they deserve a bonus, and you've told them why they do. So, in my opinion, I don't know why you wouldn't want to share that information. And if you don't, it's probably because you don't want the employee knowing how much they've meant to you, which, in my opinion, wouldn't you want your employees to know how much they mean to you by taking care of them? Because if you don't take care of your employees, someone like me will. I will steal your employees. Take care of them, please. I love to hire people who are pissed off at people like you who do not want to pay them and are not transparent. So, pay your employees based on the revenue and track the revenue, ensure the revenue with them so they're part of the team. And if somebody has a bad mindset towards that and they're like, man, like, oh, you must be doing good, like it must be nice, get them out. They're not fitted. You need people who care about the revenue number and are not going to use that against you. If they use it against you, fire them, get them out. Culture is important, and you got to have a great culture in order to do that. And if you don't have a great culture, then you need to clean it up and figure it out. Okay? People need to know the number. They need to have a target. If I don't have a target in life and I'm just getting up aimlessly, going to work and trying to figure it out, that sucks, man. I need a target. I need something to shoot at so I can get to that next level. So, these are the 20 lessons I've learned in business. How can I help you out? Well, number one, I have a book, Your Next Business, right here. I wrote it, $5, how to find a business idea and scale it to $1 million. Very good book. It's a very quick read. It's only $5. You can find a business idea. It shows you how to find a business idea that actually works for you. Actually chart business ideas so you can figure out the one that works for you. I also have a business idea course. It's a little bit more intense than my book. It's $20, and so that's a course that I have. It's a little bit more intense than the book. And then outside of that, I have mentorship opportunities. I have a mentorship opportunity where I can coach you to find a business idea, grow it, scale it. I have ongoing mentor relationships with current business owners. I have some businesses that we strike equity deals where, hey, we're in this to grow your business and sell it. And when we sell your business, we've grown it faster than you could have alone. And then we get a slice of that, and you get a slice of that, usually more than what you would have gotten if you didn't work with us. So there's a lot of ways that I work with business owners. I'm very busy right now. I run multiple businesses myself. My main business is Wexford Insurance. So we work with business owners all day long. So if you don't want to interact with me on a professional standpoint, you can always reach out to my business where we can provide some insurance quotes for you to find you the best price at Wexford Insurance. We've got a great team. We try to find you the best price for the best coverage, and we go from there. So as always, please like and subscribe and go get you some equity.